Shalom Yasharallah. First and foremost, I want to say all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Bahashem Racha HaKwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the house of David. Salutations to you brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching the truth and righteousness and sincerity. To you Israelite foreigners, come back home to the truth. To those that passed on serving the Lord, the dead in Yahweh Shai shall arise. First to you sisters who believe, keep encouraging and supporting your brothers who are here teaching this truth. And always commemorate the sister who washed Yahweh Shai feet when you read the scriptures. All right. I wanted to do this video, Car Chronicle, to encourage you brothers out here that know this truth, that are no longer part of camps for whatever reason. You know, you left the camp, you know, you had a falling out with a brother, whatever stupid shit is what's preventing you from going to camp. You know, brothers better start doing that work, man. Really. And I'm not sitting here telling you that 100% I know for sure you're going to be saved. But I am going to tell you that you can't get nowhere doing nothing. You know, brothers left out of this truth saying, oh, man's goings are of the Lord, so if I leave, I'm not making my situation any better or worse. I've heard that. I've heard brothers say, well, you know, if I'm saved, or if I'm going to be saved, it's already decided, so why am I going to camp? That's actually a way to prove that you're not saved. You're seeing the work that has to go on, and you're ignoring, you know, the scriptures tell you to give all diligence to make that calling and election sure. So I'm out here trying to work. I don't fucking know what you talking about. This truth is not a hobby to me. This is a way of life. And waking up the people is a way of life. Teaching the word is a way of life. It's an added job. You know, you got your part-time, full-time job, whatever. This truth is a job. You know, it doesn't occupy, you know, we don't go to camp 7 days a week. We only go to camp 1 day a week. But, you know, we turn on these cameras, we teach the word, we exhort. You know, we gotta come out here and encourage you brothers out here. A lot of you brothers are very stagnant. You think that the little bit of work you've done? Let me tell y'all something. There was a time when I was going to camp 3-4 times a week. And that still ain't enough work. You know, you think that the kingdom is just gonna come to you? No, we gotta teach. We gotta do our part. See, we can't let this man's goings are of the Lord prevent us from doing what we supposed to be doing. Yeah, this guy's a fucking accident waiting to happen. I'm looking at one of these, not a tow truck, but like a truck that has a whole bunch of cars in it. Man. Thank goodness nothing happened. But anyway. Not thank goodness, thank the Most High. But anyway. Yeah, we need more brothers out here, you know what I'm saying? That, yo, at this point, there was a time when I said so many brothers, or put it this way, I looked at brothers around me and was like, damn, all these brothers are everybody that knows the truth. I couldn't imagine what a fallout was. I couldn't imagine somebody actually would leave the truth and become a fucking Catholic. But I've seen it. I couldn't imagine it at one point. I couldn't imagine, like, how could you leave this thing? I used to see men come in to 12 William Street in Newark that was from the old One West. And I'm like, damn, all these motherfuckers could be out here helping us. How many of these men out here are teaching or knowing this truth and ain't teaching it? And not to mention, we used to have this guy, Shaquat something, that used to see us, back during the DTA days and really try to argue with us. I'm like, damn, this guy used to be in this truth. But all you men out there that know this truth, man, gather together, man. Get together with one another. Teach this truth, man. Somehow, some way, teach this truth. Put the word out there, man. You know, it's one of those things where it can't hurt. And I think it can only help. Because if you have a pure heart, I don't see how you can go out there in the truth, in the streets, and teach this truth, and the Lord ain't gonna look out for you one way or the other. You know, but to do nothing and know this truth is crazy. Really, to do nothing and know this truth, even if you're a fucking novice, hook up with a camp, learn the scriptures, man. Hook up with a camp, or, study. Do something. Like, to do nothing, I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't imagine. I don't think you men understand. You're sitting here with a wealth of knowledge better than what the people out there in the world have. And you're not doing nothing about it. You're not going out there in the streets and teaching nothing. Nothing at all. A car's coming, you see a nigga in the street, and you're not going to even tell him, hey, get the fuck out the street, there's a fucking car coming. You know that the MOTB is coming, you know that the World War III is coming, and y'all are sitting here just not saying anything to anybody. You think that the Lord is playing when he says that he's going to, you don't warn the wicked, and his blood is going to be required at your hand? You're going to have to give an account why the fuck you didn't warn the people. And let me tell you something. I do not believe that Hamashiach Yahushua is going to be into any of your excuses for not doing the work. I know that you got brothers out here that are out of order, don't know how to conduct themselves. Man, y'all better fix y'all fucking conduct for this truth, man. Don't let your fucking lusts or you got men that have actually left this truth for smoking weed. Like, smoking weed is so important to you that you're willing to burn. You're willing to literally burn. You know, like when the scripture said, I will melt them, the Lord, you don't think the Lord gonna melt you? You niggas better stop playing with your salvation, man. I don't know. I mean, how can you walk past camps? How can you salute brothers and not be ashamed? Like, damn, I need to be helping them. I remember, man, so many brothers that used to be watching House of Israel. We called them the bullshitters. We got into fights. They never helped us. We had enough bullshitters out there listening to us for a fucking show that we should have never even been like, niggas should be afraid to fucking step to us. People should have been afraid to step to the camp. Disrespectful. There should never been a shortage of brothers. There were times when it was 5 to 7 bullshitters and me and another reader. There should have never been that situation. You out here learning and listening to this truth all the time, clapping for motherfuckers. Niggas are bullshitters, man. And I swear, there was one time at camp that them same bullshitters was too loud, and Bonloy was like, y'all bullshitters be quiet. Niggas was mad. And I'm like, what the fuck y'all mad for? He didn't say nothing wrong. Them bullshitters was bullshitting. You don't just come to camp and talk. You earn the right to speak. Y'all motherfuckers on the side chatting it up while we're out here at camp, putting in work, putting our fucking lives on the line. Is that what it is? You afraid to put your life on the line? Well, guess what? Your life is on the line. Your spirit, your mind, everything is on the line. You know, but that's it, man. I don't want to belabor the point. If you know the truth, man, get yourself together. Go out there and teach this truth, man. You know, and then you got men that be halfway trying to come back in. Like, yo, you know the protocol. You know what's being asked of you. But don't want to do it. What do you think? What is the acceptable excuse that you think the Most High is going to tolerate in the day of judgment? That's what I want to know. What is the acceptable excuse that you think the Most High is going to accept and put and let you go on his spaceships in salvation? What excuse do you find acceptable? What do you think that the Lord will say, oh, you know what? Yeah, I understand why you didn't do the work. Nah, nigga, you about to fucking burn. I'm afraid not to do the work. That's my quote unquote problem. I'm afraid not to. I think if I don't do the work, my life is gonna completely go to shit. Not that it's not already shit. Not that I'm not already going through a lot of shit. But it could be worse. And I personally believe that worse will come the day that I ever, Lord forbid, leave this truth. Or stop doing the work. Because a lot of you niggas think you're still in the truth, but you're not doing the work. How's that? How can you claim to be in the truth and you're not doing the work? But anyway, like I said, not to belabor the point. Shalom.